I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus from making videos, and I'm so happy to be back with you. Today, I want to share about mindset and the pivot in this shift that's happening on our planet, in our reality right now. I'm Waxela Sananda. Thank you for joining me today. We have been in this reality that is so influenced by our mind and our intention. And it's been that way all along. But I will say that I personally have been experiencing a significant amplification of my own mental impact, and meaning my intentions are, they seem to hold more weight now than ever before, than I've ever experienced. And I'm also getting this kind of feedback from clients and friends. Our mind space is so powerful. It is our most powerful commodity right now. And I'm using the term commodity because it is the way that we exchange and interface with this reality. Our mind is putting into place everything that shows up for us. And it's doing it very, very rapidly in what I'm experiencing in the world right now. So it's so very important to be aware of what you're thinking. What kind of thoughts are you cycling and recycling and rehearsing? And what kind of thoughts are you being intentional with? What kind of thoughts are you intentionally putting into the universe, intentionally putting out to the world? Because that is going to come back to you faster than ever before. I'm having this experience, and I've been working in the world of intentionality for many, many, many years. I do practice super intentional thinking. I practice meditation, which I highly recommend. I mean, there's no better time to get a good control and grasp on your mind than now. The time is always now. But the thing about finances and spirituality, I'm not exactly sure where along the line some people decided that spiritual people don't get to talk about financial stuff, and financial stuff is separate from spirituality. And the thing is, it's just not. When you're an abundant person, you're an abundant person in all aspects. When you're a wholly abundant person, let me say it that way, it's not wholly abundant to only be abundant in your spirituality. Because if you're living in the world where you have computers and cell phones and families and houses and children and things like that, you also must fund that with energy that we call money and finances. And this isn't going to be a big talk about finances, but I'm just saying it's not exclusive. They are not exclusive of each other. And they are also not exclusive of mindset. So where you set your mind is going to reflect the output and the experience of all aspects of life. If you put your mind in an abundant mindset, you're going to have an abundant experience. And if you put in an abundant mindset that I can only have abundant experiences in spirituality, but not finances, well, that's what you're ultimately going to receive. And I stand for having abundance in all categories of life, in spirituality, in your financial, in your emotional, in your energetic, in your physical body. I mean, all of these are aspects of abundance. And we want to manifest a healthy body, a healthy life. I mean, it doesn't do any good to be, have all these spiritual adept gifts and be clairvoyant or have your spiritual superpowers activated if your body's not working or functioning, or if you feel bad in your body. I mean, that's just not abundance. That's not lined up. There's a misalignment there. And the same is true with finances. On Saturday, I talked about how so many people in my world, and this is clients and people that would like to be clients, will say, my finances aren't working. I don't have enough money. I can't seem to make ends meet. And then guess what? If you don't have your finances handled, then you are spending so much time working on that, when do you have time to devote to your spiritual path? When do you have time to devote to fun and joy, the joie de vivre, just the happiness of being alive? If you're working all the time and stressed about making ends meet, and how do you invest in the fun things like retreats and these spiritual uplifting things like spiritual trainings and things if you don't have your basics covered? That's very difficult. So I'm compassionate about that, because I hear that a lot, and more and more and more things are happening in the world. Banks are collapsing, and people, inflation. I mean, I went to the grocery store this weekend after it only been like a week, and everything went up. Just over a week since I last went grocery shopping. I mean, a couple of the products, for instance, that were normally $5 are now $6.50 or $7. That's a big increase in a week, and they had increased to $5 from $4 previously. And so this is really happening rapidly, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to build a foundation where, I mean, I can still get the groceries that I need. And I know that there are people out there that don't have that foundation. And I'm compassionate about that. And my message is not to make anyone feel bad or shame you if you don't have your financial needs met, but to look at it from a holistic point of view. We must balance our lives. And if we spend 100% of our time working, we don't have time for spirituality. We spend 100% of our time on spirituality, we won't have time to create abundance in our lives. It's all of these things must be aligned. And if you spend all of your time on those other things, maybe you don't take the time to take care of your body. So where is the balance? And that's really what I'm here to talk about today. I was just having a conversation with a friend who spent a lot of time and effort creating a program for her following. She didn't get the registrations that she was looking for. She was heartbroken about it. And, when I dove in and asked her more questions about it, she said, well, I put my entire life on hold to create this program. I didn't exercise. I didn't eat well. I just poured myself into this thing. And I said, well, that's the problem. That's it right there. When we deny ourselves the self-care that we need when we're working, even if it's our passion project, even if we're pouring our heart into something and it's super fun, if you're not eating well, if you're not sleeping, if you're not taking care of your basic needs, then that is actually part of the energy that's going to transfer into your passion project. And people, especially spiritual people and empathic people, they can pick up on those subtleties. And even if the people don't pick up on it, the universe knows. We know, our high selves know everything that we're putting out. So it will bring you back the experience of what you put in, no matter what it is. She put in this effort, this great gargantuan effort in one area, but denied herself in other important areas. And now the income from that output is denying her, as a reflection of, we must create imbalance. We must create imbalance. We must create imbalance. And this goes for all aspects of life. We must create an authenticity. We must create our lives and I'm a big proponent of the heart center. So from authentic, heart-centered balance, all things in life. We can't just do our spirituality that way. We also must do the rest of our lives that way. And so this has been my practice over the last, more and more and more so. I mean, I think it's been my practice for decades, but more and more and more so as I see the quickening happening, the speeding up of things. I am working in flow all of the time now. And what I mean by that is I'm constantly pivoting. I'll think, okay, I'm going to go do this, and then I'm going to go do that. And I made plans to do this tomorrow. And suddenly, if the pivot is like, no, that's not aligned. That's not for your highest good, I will immediately shift out of it now. It used to be that I had such a strong value on honoring my commitments, Listen to this. This is for some of you listening. You need to get this. So listen right here. I had such a strong value on honoring the commitments that I've made previously that I would deny myself. I would deny the higher flow. I would deny spirit. I would deny guidance in order to honor a commitment that I made previously, because I highly value being on time, doing what I said I was going to do, showing up when I said I was going to show up. And this is tricky ground, right? But only, and I still do, I still very much value those things, but only if it's in alignment with highest purpose, highest truth, highest service, and balanced for my energy. So this can be tricky. And I really want to share more in this arena, because there are those of you who are listening, there it might be you that really need to get this at a soul level, at a heart level, at a deep inner standing level, that, oh, what? I have permission to honor my inner flow, my inner truth. So let me give you a for instance. Last night, it was a dear friend of mine's birthday party celebration. I was planning to go, even though I was exhausted. I had been working this new business and having incredible success. But because of that, on Saturdays when I sent out that message, I had to let go of, my whole day went to phone calls and Zoom calls and emailing and all of that, which was great, which was wonderful. And at the end of the day, I was so drained that on Sunday, I was supposed to go to this birthday party, and my mind said yes. My mind said, I'm going. I said I would go. I love her dearly. I love all the people that are going to be there. I wouldn't miss it. And my body said, no, I'm not going. It just said no. So what happened was I was starting to get ready, showered, and went to get dressed. And it was just this pushback where I felt in my body was just a stop. It's like, no. And I'm like, so I went and sat down, because I know to do this, I don't just ignore when my body has something. And I just sat down with my body and I'm like, what's happening here? What's going on? And my body just said, I cannot go. I've had too much input. I cannot go. And I'm like, oh God. Okay. I have to honor that. I must honor that. That's a pivot in that situation. So I messaged my friend. I knew she was getting ready for her party. So I just left a voice message. I love you so much. I wanted to be there. I can't make it. I have to honor what's going on with myself energetically. And this is a type of friend that totally understands that. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss you, but I understand. We'll get together next week. And the same thing today. The same thing happened today. I was going to do a boat trip with some friends, lots of fun, full day event. And I knew last night in that moment when I really checked in with my body's like, I need downtime. I need to settle. I need to integrate. I need to be in my own quiet, safe energy and just receive right now, and just receive back, because I've been giving and outputting and outputting and outputting, and I've been enjoying it immensely. But now my energy needs to be restored. And okay, so I get to honor that. I canceled going to the boat trip. That's okay. There'll be another opportunity. That wasn't in my highest alignment for today. And, I know in the 3D world, that might make me flaky. Last thing I want to be is flaky, right? But you know what? I don't want to be more than being thought of as flaky, sick, unwell, misaligned. And that's what eventually happens. If you ignore your body, if you ignore your energy, if you ignore your heart, if you ignore your truth, your purpose, your passion path, if you ignore these these callings to yourself back into alignment, these requests, they start quietly at first. These requests from your body, from your heart. You might feel it from various places. I usually feel mine from my heart. I'll feel it from my local energy field, my biofield. I'll feel it from various areas. Sometimes it'll be clairaudient, sometimes it'll be clairvoyant, sometimes it's emotional, it's a feeling. So there are many different ways these things can inform me and you. But when I hear that, I've learned to listen to the whispers. And because I listen to the whispers, I very, very, very rarely, I usually say I never get sick, but very, very, very rarely do I ever get sick. But this is because I honor what all of me needs. Sometimes my body needs downtime when my mind wants to go play. Sometimes my mind needs downtime when my body wants to go. So it's about, we're these multidimensional beings incarnate. We're in bodies. The body has an experience of being. Our energy has an experience of being. Our mind has an experience of being. And our spirit that's in the body has an experience of being in this incarnation. And they've all got to work together. And sometimes one side needs something that the other side doesn't necessarily want. And it's about, how do I honor all parts of myself in the highest way in every moment? And sometimes that means pivoting out of, I committed to something that it's not in alignment for me now. And, this isn't to use this as an excuse for like, I just don't feel like going, so I'm going to say I'm out. I don't do that. I really, truly do, to the best of my ability, only commit to the things that I truly am 100% feeling good about committing to. And then I reserve the right after the fact, if that suddenly becomes misaligned, to find the alignment, find the balance, come back into harmony in whatever ways needed. Sometimes it's a phone conversation. Sometimes it's just discussing something with somebody. Sometimes it's meditating. Sometimes it's truly taking a time out and canceling whatever it was that I had planned. And in the grand scheme of things, most of the time I show up for what I commit to, because I don't usually commit to things that I don't have the energy for. And then sometimes things happen, like on Saturday, where I sent out an email and I spent the entire day from morning till night working with what came from that email that I didn't actually fully realize when I sent that out, what the feedback was going to be like. So I was honoring that commitment that I chose to make on Saturday. And then because of that, pivoting in the things immediately after that I had chose to do. And it's all beautiful. It's all perfect. And everything is flowing in my world. Everything is working out. I live in this beautiful space right in front of an incredible, they call it a lake. It's more like a big pond to me. But yesterday I was just in my house, or actually I was in my lanai, and I heard a splash and I looked out and there was a big alligator in the pond. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's an alligator. It's the first alligator I've seen since I moved here on April 1st. So I went outside and I was watching it and got my son and told him to come out and look at it with me. And I tried to take a couple pictures. But the thing about alligators are, as soon as you get your camera, at least for me, as soon as I got my camera and my son and got out there, it was really quiet and tranquil. And then what was funny, it knew that I was observing it. So I went back in my lanai and closed the door, and then it started, jumping around again. And then I got my phone, my camera again, went out to take a picture, and then it was quiet again. I'm like, okay, you're just camera shy. You don't want to be taking pictures of. So I did. I got just a little bit of the top of it in the water, but it was amazing. And it was just a special experience. And then I got my book. I have it right here. I have to show you this. The Animal Speaks. This is a little pocket guide by Ted Andrews. Ted Andrews has a whole big book, which I used to have. I don't have it anymore because I moved so many times. I got rid of most of my books. So I looked up alligator, and alligator stands for initiation. And what it says is, act on opportunities for new birth or new knowledge Initiation is at hand with opportunity for rapid growth. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm experiencing, rapid growth right now. That's perfect. And what a beautiful symbol for rapid growth. And right before that, I was helping a friend move a few days previously, and a corn snake, which is this beautiful bright orange snake, went right in front of us. She almost stepped on it, right in front of our path, slithered right across the sidewalk, right in front of us, bright orange, so gorgeous. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this, don't step on it, it's a snake. And we watched it cross, and it felt like such a blessing. It was as we're moving her into her new house, and I looked up corn snake. So corn snake represents climbing. A climb is the overall word. And then easier movement is at hand. You will climb through the past more easily. Take advantage of opportunities for a new path. And, that's very, very much what's going on as well in my world. And so I've had all of these symbols around me. The animals are speaking to me. The divine is bringing these gifts, and I feel the shift, and I'm pivoting with the shift, and I'm doing the things that are necessary to stay in alignment. I'm keeping my mindset right. I'm staying focused on where I'm going and what I'm creating. And the new earth is where I'm going and what we are creating together. It's where we are going. If you're listening to me, I'm sure that that's your mission as well. We are getting these opportunities to step into greater alignment, to take greater control of our minds and create together. Along with that, to take greater control of our wealth and create together great wealth so that we can change the systems. The systems that have been are falling, and it's designed that way. It's meant to be. The new earth is coming, and we are the ones that are going to take this earth. The new systems are going to be put in place by the people that are here to create them, which is us, the people that can see it and feel it and know it. And the resources are coming. They are here. I mean, I'm experiencing, it's like the Midas effect, the Midas touch is what it is, where everything that I touch turns to gold. I mean, not literally, but it feels that way. The abundance is coming in from the most unexpected places quite often. And what I'm also finding is that when I devote myself to the spiritual work, and let's say I'm like, oh, I have work to do, I should be doing that. But instead, a friend calls and I end up spending 2 hours on the phone because that friend needs support. Then I go look at my email, and income has come from a completely unexpected place, or something happened there in that realm as I was devoting my time and attention to the thing that was in flow, that needed my attention in that moment. That is happening constantly for me. And so this is really the lesson there. I think it's probably happening for all of us that are intentional and doing this work. So to put your energy, your attention on the thing that spirit brings to you in every moment. And that is really about being present. Be present with what shows up for you in every moment. And you will be rewarded for that so generously. The divine wants to reward you. And if your mindset is such that I'm always rewarded for my presence and for contributing and being generous in the highest good in every moment, then you're going to be rewarded for that. And you are being rewarded for that. So start to notice, where are these rewards? Where are these coming from? Because they are coming to you. I mean, to me, being rewarded, it's not only financial. It's seeing an alligator. That thrills me. It's having a bat fly around in my lanai. I love that. Having a corn snake cross my path, and all these beautiful animals and nature, and the lusciousness of where I live and what every day feels like, getting to go to the ocean on a regular basis and go paddleboarding, and having beautiful people around me. And then this wonderful, delicious downtime in between all of those moments where I get to integrate and just be with my spirit and the divine. I mean, it's such a delicious life, and it's so abundantly rewarding practicing living this way. And I encourage you, in whatever way it is today and every moment, to pay attention to what is in the highest good. What do you have in your present moment that needs your attention? And to put your attention there, to be present with the person that shows up in front of you, to be present with whether it's the animals or nature or your work or someone, a friend, to be fully present with whatever it is that shows up in front of you, because it is a gift. Everything that shows up in your reality is a gift. The universe is supporting you generously in every moment. The universe is constantly contributing to you. Whatever you're experiencing, even if it's challenging, even if it's painful, it's so that you can learn and grow from something that's going on. I have my challenges as well. I have my painful moments as well. Of course, we all do. It's not saying it's going to be easy peasy all the time. There are a lot of difficult things happening for a lot of people, and that's perfectly fine. To find the blessings in it, to find the gratitude in your heart for every moment, to just be present and grateful and loving. And sometimes you're angry, to be present with that, or whatever's up for you. Let yourself be present with it and then move into gratitude and knowing, okay, it's all for us. It's happening for me. I'm having this experience of life, and it is for my benefit and the benefit of all. And it's beautiful, because you will move into ease and flow and grace, and life will start to really generously support you when you live this way. I'm going to end there. If you can get some nuggets out of what I shared, I hope that I conveyed them in an understanding way, and a way that you can receive, just to sit with that and let yourself be, let yourself receive. I appreciate you being here in my reality, in my world. Thank you for being here. And please give a thumbs up, like, subscribe to my channel, get on my email list if you want to get more into my world. And I'll see you on the next video. I'm Waxela Sananda. Thank you for being here with me today. I love you. I cherish you. Namaste.